Hey, what's good, guys? Good morning. Blind Dave here. So, over coffee this morning, I'm thinking about the dream I had last night. Now, I've had a couple, I just haven't shared them all. Um, but last night, I had let me start off. This is Sleeping with Silver experiment. So, um, I guess, now look, I'm not gifted or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, there's been things that have happened in my past, my parents, my grandparents, that kind of stuff. But, nothing as of recent. But this was kind of cool and disturbing. Um, so anyway, is it a placebo effect? I have no idea. But, is it because I'm wanting something to happen? That's kind of where I'm thinking. So I can't say yes or no, but whatever. So last night, I woke up. It was like 3 in the morning. I should have just done a video right then about it, but I've had a little bit of time to reflect on it. So, in the dream, I was fully sighted. I was able to do things I used to be able to do. I don't know what age, what not, anyway, or really location, because it seemed to bounce between locations that I've lived in at different times. Let me just get into it. So, like after Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, I went to live with my uncle, he's passed now, but a colonel in the Marine Corps. He was in Loveland, Colorado, which is right next to Fort Collins. And I moved up there and lived there for a couple of years while things settled down back home, because it was lawlessness, all kinds of crazy stuff, and it was no place for me. So, anyway, I was it was this large apartment complex, and it was really for the impoverished. And it was very visible, but it was a very pleasant place to live. Nice people and all, but in the dream, these people were so dirt poor. And, I'm talking where they didn't have a bath or a shower for a week. Same clothes. They would wear the same clothes for 2 weeks. That kind of poor. Holes in it, everything. I mean, it didn't have anything. Nothing. And they were just not thieves. They were not thieves. And it was not their fault. So I didn't put blame on them. What had happened was I guess was coming home from work. Now this is all in a dream. I was coming home from work, and I noticed there's a bunch of commotion going on over by the dumpster, and I'm whatever. And so anyway, I'm pulling in. Now suddenly this changes to a different location, which was a different place that I lived back around 1997-ish. That kind of thing, was Covington, Louisiana. But the same people from Loveland, Colorado, and the dirt poor and all that. And anyway, nothing really made sense. And so I walk in through the front door, and I look around. There's Now I don't know, were we moving or whatnot, because there was no furniture anywhere. Boxes that were packed up were knocked over and this and that, you know, and I looked around in every room downstairs, and there's just crap everywhere. I mean, everywhere, and it's all crap. Well, to me, it's crap. I mean, like if you grew up here in New Orleans or Mobile, Alabama, you go to Mardi Gras and whatnot. You don't care anymore about catching junk. Mardi Gras beads. I mean, give me a break. But there was Mardi Gras beads everywhere. So to me, it was a bunch of Chinese crap. Nothing I would want. So I'm looking around. I'm like, we've were we robbed? I don't know. And then I reach in my back pocket and I pull out an old cordless phone, back from the 90s, and it was kind of cool, because I heard my father's voice, and my father passed away March 3rd of 2019. So I heard my father's voice, and I'm trying to tell him over the phone, I don't know, were we robbed, or what something happened here, and and then I hear my father's voice saying, yes, I know. No, and he's trying to, I guess, give me direction. You need to file this and that. Look, I just hung up the phone. At that point, I didn't want to file nothing. I wanted ass. I wanted somebody's ass. So anyway, I go back around over by the dumpsters, and at that point, the dumpster is not like a regular dumpster. At this point, it's like a cargo container, something like you would see where a large crane lifts it up off of a large shipping vessel and then places it on the trailer of an 18-wheeler, something like that, a large shipping container, and packed full of stuff. I walk around there, there's people all over the place, and all of a sudden, there's kids everywhere, there's adults all around. Like I said, everybody is dirt poor, and they all of a sudden you hear something open and stuff hits the ground inside the place, and everybody's just like in awe. You hear, oh my God, all of this kind of stuff, and I'm just like, well, what the hell's going on? And so I look in there and I start noticing that some of the things that I had, different possessions that I had, and at this point, I'm just absolutely furious. It's like, was everything packed up, and now they're just, stealing everything? What's going on? So I was pissed. I jumped up in the container and yelled at all the kids and the adults to get out. Now, I didn't curse. I had enough respect for the children. And like I said, I wasn't blaming them. I start looking around in the shipping container after I got everyone out, and it was like everything is just trashed. They've already plundered through everything. I was really just beside myself, and then I found the I found the resident manager and whatnot of the place. And that's what didn't make sense, because I own my property and it's rental property, but I guess in this particular time, I was renting in a not so good area, but even though it wasn't that good, it was still nice. But I spoke to the resident manager, and she's like, well, come with me. And so I walk off with her and go into, I guess, her apartment for some reason, whatever. And I'm just talking and talking and talking, and I'm hearing stuff going on outside around the dumpsters. And, I guess, file this paperwork, file that paperwork. Look, enough with the bureaucracy, I want to find out who, what, when, where, why, and how, and whip their ass. So I go back out, and at this point, now you have pickup trucks backed in, kids with boxes of stuff that I had, toys as a child and whatnot, and I grab one box, and the kid, everybody's jumping away like, oh shit, he's about to, he's gonna fuck me up, It's like, and so I just started grabbing boxes and moving. I was looking for something in them, and then, and then the kid said something to me, and I said, look, I don't blame you. I said, look, you're welcome to this. You can keep it. I said, look, you did pretty good. It's about $4,000 worth of stuff here. You got the Millennium Falcon, Star Wars, different things. I said, you got about $4,000 worth of stuff here. I said, you did good. I said, congratulations. And I said, but I'm looking for something else. And, because I was in a mad dash to find the medals that I had socked away for the family. And, I had turned around and I yelled. I said, where's my gold and silver? So everyone just like stopped and turned and looked. Like, it got guilty written across their forehead. Every one of them. And I'm just in a mad dash trying to find something. So anyway, I managed to find one of my gold chains, and not like bullion or anything. All the bullion was already gone, I guess. And so at this point, I'm just flipping furious. And then I start, instead of driving back over to the apartment, I was walking, and I see this guy like just smiling from ear to ear, and I notice he's holding a silver coin, and so he's like got it in his hand. So I walk over to him, and then I just come up from underneath and smack him up under his hand, and the coin goes up in the air flying. I jump up and snatch it, and I go to look at it, and I didn't hurt the dude, nothing. I didn't hurt anyone in the dream, so it wasn't like, it was a nightmare, but it wasn't like violent or anything like that. But I look at the coin, and at first glance, at first it looked like the reverse side of a Philharmonics, where it's got the building on it. But then I looked a little closer, and then it's got a cross on it. Now, the cross wasn't like a normal cross. It basically like an X, and then turn it, straight up and down. And then if you think of that like in, mathematics and whatnot, you have different quadrants. Whenever you're graphing, you have different quadrants. So they had a square in each quadrant, and I was like, I really don't remember this coin, and I really don't remember purchasing this coin, but whatever. Anyway, I don't remember, did I put it in my pocket or whatever. Anyway, I get back into the apartment, and the same thing. I'm looking around. It's like, then there's people in there, and I look over in the corner, and I see a stack of papers and whatnot. I guess hidden in plain sight, maybe. Bunch of cryptocurrency stuff, seed phrases and whatnot, and for many different things. I mean, and I don't keep stuff like that in the house. Um, that's all already dispersed, so I don't really know what to think of it. But it's like, I look over at that and I see different things that I've written in the past where it's a bunch of seed phrases, and I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I got that at least. All the metals are gone. So no, wait, I'm sorry. Then I started speaking to my father, um, who was then telling me, yeah, well, you have to file, with this and that. He's trying to, I guess, telling me some bureaucracy way of doing it. And I just really, I wanted to find who was responsible, and just go wild. But anyway, as soon as I heard that and as soon as I hung up the phone, that's when the dream ended. So, over coffee this morning, I'm looking back over this dream, and I'm beginning to wonder, is it because some people know about gold and silver? I mean, is this, kind of where we're going to end up going, where everybody's poor? I mean, dirt poor because of what they're doing to the currency. I reflect on, whenever there's a new currency in any country, it's always devalued. Anywhere. India, Venezuela, Germany, what was the last one? Or another one. Anyway, so metals and cryptocurrency don't value metals and cryptocurrency in the dollar or in the euro or in whatever currency that you're in. Imagine that as a vehicle to then transfer your wealth to whatever system is going to come about. So, regardless what happens with the currency and all, because I mean, think about it. That was one of my biggest attractions to cryptocurrency, is that I can memorize a few words, I can cross any border in the world and not be threatened by civil asset forfeiture. You cross any border in the world with 10 grand in cash or gold or silver, they just confiscate it, and good luck to you ever getting it back. Ever. So, anyway, with cryptocurrency, I can go anywhere in the world. And like I said, in the dream, that was still safe over on the side. It was like none of these other people knew about it. But the gold and silver was just plundered. So, I don't know what really to think about that, other than, that is at high risk of theft to be just stolen from you. Like I said, nothing I have is in my house. It's in a bat cave, dispersed in a few places. So it's not like you can just find me and demand something. It's not like that. That's why I didn't really understand that part of the dream. That's why I'm trying to make sense of, was it that most people are not, they don't understand crypto, or they're not invested in cryptocurrency. They don't see it as a vehicle, but some understand gold and silver, but who's got it? Hardly anyone. Such a small market. So, there are many other things I'm sure I left out, that other thoughts I wish I could convey here. But anyway, I've been having some issues trying to upload videos the last 2 days to YouTube. So anyway, I'm going to just cut this here. I just thought this dream was weird, vivid, and I'm trying to find meaning in it, and that's the most sense that I can really make out of it. Because, I mean, once someone, if that kind of impoverishment were to come about, and you go somewhere with a 10-ounce bar of silver to sell it, and it's already, to them or to everyone else in the dollar, it's already sky high, you're an immediate target. So a lot of thoughts are going on about this dream. But anyway, look, y'all, I'm going to cut this here. Just thought I'd share it. And anyway, Blind Dave, y'all be cool. Later.